Alright, what's going on, guys? I have a quick little test for you today before we start the video. I'm going to put up a square on the screen right now, and I want you to tell me what color is this square. I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of time to answer the question. Alright, time's up. So if you answered the question with the color red, that actually means that you're gay because it has been scientifically proven that this square is actually blue and the only people who see the color red are gay. But don't worry because I found an even better way to test this out. So you see the like button below this video. Usually it's like grayed out, but if you actually push the thumbs up button, it should turn blue, and if you see it as blue, that means that you're not gay. So just go ahead and try that out and let me know if it works. Let me know the results of your experiment down below and we'll see what everyone says. So anyways, today we're gonna be looking at a video titled "Your Dating Preferences Are Discriminatory." Now, a couple things before we jump into this excellent video. Let's just take a glance at the ratings real quick before we start. About 700 likes and about 13,000 dislikes. So I think that might give you a little bit of an indication of the quality of this video. Also, real quick, I think it's important that we realize who exactly is bringing us this video. Who is the creator of this video? So if we go to the description section of his, or actually I think it's a her, if we go to the description of her channel, it says formerly Justin Dennis, and now he goes by the name Riley Dennis, or I guess she goes by the name Riley Dennis. New videos every Sunday. Subscribe for feminism, politics, and vlogs. So you guys better be on the lookout every Sunday for those feminist vlogs. I identify as intersectional feminist, non-binary, trans, queer, lesbian. Pronouns she/her. First of all, what the fuck does that even mean? I got a headache just thinking about that. What the hell? So I think we're looking at here a male who used to go by the name of Justin, and then he became a transgender lesbian female who now goes by the name Riley. I'm not even gonna try to figure out what all that other shit is. The whole fucking non-binary, intersectional, fucking trans, queer. Damn, what the fuck, man? Are you a girl or a guy? Let's keep this shit simple, man. I'm not trying to sit here and come up with a scientific equation to try to figure out what gender you are. I shouldn't need a calculator to figure out what the fuck you are.
Would you date someone who's trans?
No, I don't think so. I actually happen to prefer females who were born without penises, not ones who got their penis cut off.
Would you date someone who's black?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I heard Beyonce about to be single soon. They having some problems. So, Beyonce, if you see this video, feel free to hit me up. I'll be happy to disappoint the fuck out of you.
Would you date someone who's fat?
Well, what exactly do we mean by fat? We just talking like kind of thick, like, hey, what's up, girl, you know what I'm saying? Or are we talking like 300 pounds beluga whale status? Because if it's the second one, fuck no, I would not.
Would you date someone who's disabled?
I mean, I don't know about this one. It kind of depends on what we're talking about here, because there's such a vast range of disabilities. Like, even the smallest shit can technically mean that you have a disability and it's not even a big deal, or it could be something like super fucking crazy. So I guess I'll give this one a maybe.
Now, honestly, I don't know what your answer is to those questions, but I've met a surprising number of people who would say no to all, or at least some of them. Their argument is that it's just a preference and that you can't control who you're attracted to.
See, I don't know if that's really much of an argument, more so than that's just how it works, you know what I mean? I'm gonna use myself as an example here, alright? I happen to like females, alright? So I don't like penises, I don't like dick. So if a dude came up to me and he was like, hey, what's up, man? You trying to get this meat or what? I would have to politely decline his offer because I'm not into that. Now, according to Riley over here, apparently I've just done something wrong. I have now discriminated against this man because I don't want none of his dicks. So as you can see, this makes no fucking sense at all, but let's just continue anyways.
Let's start with trans people. Would you date a trans person, honestly?
No.
Think about it for a second.
I don't need to think about it.
Okay, got your answer?
No, I just fucking told you that.
Well, if you said no, I'm sorry, but that's pretty discriminatory.
Hold up, so now I'm discriminating if I don't want to date trans people. First of all, we didn't even identify what type of trans it was. You know, is it a female who became a male? Because that's not even on the table, alright? That's not a question, fuck no. But now if we're talking about a male who became a female, now maybe we might have a little bit of a discussion, alright? I don't know, because, well, actually now that I think about it, they're saying date, you know, that's a whole different standard from like whoever just trying to get this meat. You know, there's two different standards there for dating and for dicking down, alright? So if we're just talking about who trying to get this meat, I mean, as long as the dude don't got a dick no more, I think we're good, right? Do I still gotta say no homo for that or what? Like if the dick is gone, I don't need to say no homo, right? So like I'm not sure what that shit looks like after like your surgery or whatever. I really don't want to look it up and find out, but would I actually even be able to tell the difference? I don't know, like y'all seen some of these transgender females, man, some of them are fucking hot, I'm not gonna lie. So as long as they're not still rocking with that sausage, like they could go ahead and get the meat stick, you know what I'm saying? I mean, no homo, of course, I don't know if I have to say that or not, but just to be safe, no homo, but some of them are hot, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not saying you're a horrible person who hates trans people. There was probably a time in my life when I said I wouldn't date a trans person, but since then I've thought critically about it and changed my mind.
Wait, so you had the exact same opinion as me, but now that you yourself are a trans person, all of a sudden you changed your mind. All of a sudden that's not okay. Wow, what a fucking coincidence, man. There's definitely no correlation between those two things at all.
There are definitely trans people who you would never know are trans unless they told you, because they pass for cis. And that might convince some of you, but I think arguing that you would only like a trans person if you didn't know they were trans is a poor argument.
Wait, fuck you mean I'm not gonna know? I think I would know that a person is trans. First of all, when she takes off her pants and she whips out a cock, I'm gonna be like, whoa, wait a minute. Something ain't adding up here. What the fuck is going on? She got a dick? That shit's bigger than mine. What the hell? What's going on? I'm gonna fucking know.
I think you could be attracted to any trans person, whether they pass or not.
Actually, no you cannot, because as you can see here, this is an example of a trans person who passes, right? Like, she could get this meat, or, you know, he could get this meat, whatever the fuck I'm supposed to say. I'm not sure what your pronouns are. But here is an example of a trans person who does not pass. If I see this person coming towards me on the street, I'm fucking running. What the hell? This motherfucker built like a Halloween costume.
I think the main concern that people have in regards to dating a trans person is that they won't have the genitals that they expect.
Well, yes, actually, that is my main concern. As I stated earlier, I don't really like penis, so if a girl whipped out a dick, I would be quite surprised, and I would not be very happy about that. I don't see how that makes me the bad guy here. Like, am I just supposed to be happy? Like, oh shit, she just pulled out a dick. I'm supposed to be like, oh shit, you got a dick? Well, I mean, I don't want to discriminate here, so I guess just put it in my mouth.
Some people think they could never date a trans man with a vagina or a trans woman with a penis. But I think that people are more than their genitals. I think that you could feel attraction to someone without knowing what's between their legs.
No, see, that's where you thought wrong, alright? Because first of all, I shouldn't need to worry about what's between your legs. If I see a person, I should already know what they're working with, alright? If I see a dude, I know he working with the dick. If I see a girl, I should know she working with the fucking vagina. This ain't a game. I'm not trying to be surprised here, like, what the hell? I'm not unwrapping a Christmas present like, oh shit, what's in here? Oh, it's a dick. Oh well, don't want to discriminate. What the hell?
Anyway, my point is, we have implicit biases that we were raised with or that we developed over time, and they can be hard to get rid of.
Hold up, I just want to point something out here, since this wildebeest keeps wanting to try to criticize other people. Let's just apply some of this logic to herself, right? So, if we remember in her bio, she said that she was a lesbian, right? That means that she's attracted to females. So, using her own logic, that means that she is discriminating against men. So, she's discriminating against my dick. And now, I'm very fucking offended by this, and I will be posting this on my Tumblr page, so be sure to check that out.
If you met someone who was extremely attractive, had a great personality, but didn't have the genitals that you wanted, you might be surprised to find that it isn't a deal breaker.
No, actually, Riley, you might be surprised to find out that it is a fucking deal breaker. You could be the hottest girl ever, but if you pull out a dick and balls, it don't fucking matter. That's a deal breaker right there, alright? that actually might be the biggest deal breaker I could think of.
But you can unlearn your own prejudices. It just takes time and conscious effort.
What exactly do you mean by unlearn your own prejudices? What exactly do you fucking mean by that? So is like me not liking to suck on dick, is that a prejudice now? That would be like if you went up to a gay dude and you're like, hey man, you're not allowed to be gay because that's prejudice against females, so if you could just unlearn being gay, that would be really cool. That makes no fucking sense, man. How do I gotta unlearn my prejudices? What exactly is the process for this? Do I just gotta go around just sucking every dick available until one day I'm just like, oh shit, you know what? I think I unlearned my prejudice. I fucking like dick now. That's not gonna fucking happen, man. Like, what are you talking about?
The way that we talk about potentially dating trans people has a lot in common with the way we discuss other preferences. Saying that you're not attracted to fat people isn't innate. It's informed by a society that tells you that being thin is ideal.
Wait, hold the fuck up. Society don't have to tell me shit. I think it's quite easy for anyone to see that the girl on the left is much hotter than the girl on the right. I don't need nobody to tell me that. I don't need society to teach me that. I have eyeballs. I can fucking see it.
But again, if you find someone attractive and really enjoy spending time with them, there's no reason why their weight should be a factor.
I'm not sure if this girl is just retarded or what. You literally just said if you find someone attractive, then weight shouldn't be a factor. But weight is one of the factors that goes into whether someone is attractive or not. Alright? If a girl is built like a humpback whale, then I'm sorry, but I'm probably not gonna find her attractive. Like, I guess I'm a fucking terrible person for that.
Now, if you're not attracted to someone, you're not attracted to them. I'm not going to tell you that you have to be attracted to this fat person or that trans person or that disabled person.
Wait a second, then what the fuck was the point of your video? Because that's what you literally just did for the last 4 minutes. You sat there and criticized everyone who isn't attracted to certain things and said they have preferences that they need to unlearn. So what the fuck was the point of your video?
But the more you work at unlearning your own prejudices, the more you'll be able to see people from these groups as people rather than tired stereotypes.
What the hell are you talking about? First of all, who said that I don't view these people as actual people? Of course I see them as people. What the fuck am I supposed to see them as? An animal or something? I just see them as people who just happen to not be qualified to receive this high quality meat, alright? That don't mean that there's something wrong with them or they're bad people. Shit, they could be really nice, and you know what? We can be friends. That's okay too, you know? Not everyone has to be a candidate for dick. It's okay to be friends with people. That's alright too. You don't have to have your preferences set to everyone. Some people might just be friends.
Unlearning our own biases doesn't happen overnight, and I don't have a step-by-step instruction guide for you. But I think if you can accept that these prejudices exist in all of us, even you can identify them when they come up and work to change how you think about them. It will most likely be a long, slow process, but I think it's worth it.
Actually, no thank you. I'm not going to be unlearning my preferences. Why the fuck would I want to do that? I don't like dick. Is that okay? I don't need to unlearn that. Just like a gay person wouldn't want to unlearn liking dick. They're allowed to like dick, and I'm allowed to not like it. That's how the world works, alright? So no, I will not be unlearning my preferences.
Because these dating preferences are ultimately harmful to people who don't fit into your box of what a conventionally attractive person looks like. It makes people feel isolated, alone, and unwanted to hear that they're universally unattractive to people. I don't think there's anyone out there who somebody doesn't find attractive. We're sold this image of the conventionally attractive person, but in reality, all kinds of people around the world are constantly dating, having sex, finding people attractive, getting married. It's not only the conventionally attractive who find love or have sex.
Wait, I like how she just ends the video by completely contradicting herself. She says these conventional dating preferences make other people feel universally unwanted and alone and just makes them feel like shit, right? But then she follows it up by saying she doesn't think that there's anyone in the entire world who there isn't somebody out there who will find them attractive. So those two things are the complete fucking opposite. Like, why the fuck are you crying then? If somebody finds you attractive, then how are you supposed to feel universally unwanted and alone? Somebody out there finds you attractive. It just ain't me, and that's okay, alright? Newsflash to Riley, alright? Let me just break some news to you, alright? Not everyone in the world is gonna like you or find you attractive, and you know what? That's okay. That doesn't mean that these people need to unlearn their preferences. That just means you need to find someone else who finds you attractive, alright? So Riley, you seem to be living in a fantasy world where everything is perfect. I would like you to join the rest of us in reality, in the real world, where shit doesn't work like that. And as I said earlier, but I just want to reiterate this point because it's good to close out the video with this because it really just destroys the whole video. Riley, in your own bio, you claim to be a lesbian, and the meaning of lesbian, you know, that means that you have a dating preference of women, right? So by your own logic, that means you're prejudiced and you need to unlearn this dating preference, all right? You're not allowed to be lesbian because that's a dating preference. So maybe after you do that, then you can try to make a video criticizing other people because right now you're a fucking hypocrite. So go ahead and work on that, Riley. Thank you. So anyways, that's it for the video. I've had enough of these intersectional, non-binary, genderqueer, whatever the fuck you are. I don't remember what you had in your bio. I had enough of your shit. Thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.
You got a secret, like you victorious. I'm back on a Tuesday and fuck it feels glorious. I'm on the backbeat, sipping in the backseat, listening to NSYNC. No, not Backstreet. Yes, I can get it on my mind, my own mind, while I'm waving out the window like bye, bye, bye.